A Texas high school has just released documents that reveal that one of their assistant football coaches would frequently use racial slurs towards their players, as well as tell the black players that he would hang them in a tree. Now, students said Coach Todd Campbell also stereotyped black students by claiming that they must run fast because they were eating fried chicken or drinking Kool-Aid. He would also say ese, as Spanish slang for homeboy, around Latino students and use the term cracker. One time he said, "You need to be quiet. You see that rope over there? You see that tree back there? I'm going to hang you in that tree. I'm going to hang you by your toes." Now, the students came forward and complained about this, obviously, and during the district's investigation, he denied making any racially charged remarks, calling them false accusations, and he told authorities that he only made one comment in reference to Malcolm X glasses on a black student.
He probably thinks in his own mind saying cracker, an essay, and whatever else he said about the black students. Well, it's all even, right? It's all the whites too, and I'm white. We're just having fun. Well, first of all, I think you're perfectly allowed to have playful exchanges, back and forth with anyone you like, as long as you're actually friends and family, right? I'm a big supporter of that. I'm not there to judge whether somebody's cool with somebody being called essay or not, right? Mm-hmm. But obviously the kids weren't cool with it, right? And it's one thing to say, "Hey, essay," or "Hey, cracker," or whatever it is. It's another thing to say, "I'm going to get a rope and hang you." Yeah. No, that's not cool under any circumstance. And it's not funny. Like, I know I joke around with all my friends. I joke around here, right? I would never fucking say that I'm going to get a rope and Jesus Christ. How does that go through your head?
Yeah, well, how does that even come up in your head? Like, how do these things even start? I just don't, makes no sense to me.
So what's dispiriting about the story is, like, just when you think, like, we've seen it with the cop shootings, we've seen it with the Trump rallies, God damn it, have we made no fucking progress? We used to say all the time, right? Like, hey guys, but it's so much better than it was when we had the civil rights fights and stuff, and we had the different water fountains and the different pools, and then all those people who bravely fought, the freedom riders, the guys at the diners. And so now you can sit at a diner. It's so much better, so much better. But shouldn't it be even better by now? Like, it's been a long time since we made that progress. You'd think by now that we would have done better than just bury it, right? Okay, now we don't have the different water fountains, but there are apparently people in the country who are still thinking that way. There's these kids in Iowa, they went to go play basketball. One high school in Iowa apparently is a little bit more multicultural than the others. They got black kids, Latino kids. The other schools, students start chanting Trump, 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 Trump. There's a Muslim student who gets beat up in a parking lot, and as the guy's kicking his ass, he's yelling Trump, 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 right? And so I'm not putting it all on Trump. This guy has nothing to do with Trump, right? I'm just saying, after all this time, there's still guys who still think like this, and in a way that is like nearly incomprehensible to us. And we're all still living together. They walk among us.
No, it's definitely scary. There's an underlying bigotry, and we're very lucky that we work at a very progressive company. We live in LA, so we don't see this stuff a lot. But it takes stories like this to really remind us that out there that there are people who still have these very deep-rooted, just racist and ugly feelings.
And part of the reason I brought Trump up is because apparently they never really. Some people, obviously. And the younger generation is generally much better. But some people apparently buried it, and they still want the good old days. So when Trump gave them permission, all of a sudden they all came out of the woodworks, and they're like, oh, finally. That's what they're saying. Look, we have our political reporter at TYT Politics going and asking them. And a lot of them are saying, finally, I get to say it. I don't have to be politically correct anymore, right? But what does that mean? I don't have to be politically correct. That means I was always racist, but I couldn't say it, and now this guy's giving me permission to say it.
And now that they've perverted the idea of what political correctness is, right? It's like, oh, in the old days, we just had them pull out a stretcher. Now we're politically correct. No, now you're not criminals. That's a big difference from political correctness to criminal activity, which is what he's inciting and what he's talking about. So just anything they don't like. Oh yeah, you got caught raping that girl. Don't be so politically correct. They've used that for anything that they want to use it now, and that's funny.
Yeah, and on top of all that, the guy's a coach. He's overseeing the kids, right? So again, how would you like it if that was your kid that he's kidding around, I hope, about hanging, right? I wouldn't like that under any circumstances, even if you remove the racial component.
Right.
And he's in a power position, and then you add the racial component. And if you're white, you just flip it. It's easy enough. Oh, you're in a majority black neighborhood. It happens, right? And they're like, oh, we don't like the cracker, or ha ha, we're cracker this. And then why don't we go hang the cracker? Okay. I mean, it's easy. We just need you to see each other from each other's perspectives. And apparently we still need to say that.